Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the Uberclok Reactor Gaming PC. Uberclok is based in Chicago and is a new player in the gaming PC market. What sets them apart from many other companies on the market is their pre-overclocked systems. They use hardware overclocking to produce fast and powerful computers. Their PCs are designed for gamers who might not have enough time to fully research the latest advancements in computer hardware. Uberclok selects processor, motherboard, power, and cooling options for the consumer to provide the highest performance to price ratio possible. Consumers may choose various video card, memory, sound, and optical disc options. This approach takes the guesswork out of what equipment is needed for a performance gaming computer. It's also worth noting that every Uberclok gaming PC has a 30-day guarantee and is covered by a 3-year parts and labor warranty. If a component fails in those 3 years, Uberclok will replace it free of charge. They currently have two models, the Ion and Reactor. The Ion is targeted at the budget-conscious gamer, and the Reactor is targeted at the hardcore gamer. I'm reviewing the Reactor. Fully equipped computer systems can be very heavy, and therefore they are prone to damage during shipment. There was no damage to this system, but the box did take a bit of a beating. They also have foam around the CPU cooler, and this is to ensure that it doesn't damage the motherboard or other computer components. Included with this computer is an information booklet which includes the Reactor's owner's manual, software, drivers, and all of the hardware component users' manuals. There are also other items included. These are a lot of the parts that were left over from the build. These cables, screws, and other parts may never be used, but they include them just in case. For this particular build, Uberclok has chosen the Antec 900 case. This is a fantastic, sturdy case with a fair amount of room to work on the inside and has excellent ventilation, so it's a perfect option for a gaming build. At the top, there's a massive 200mm exhaust fan, a convenient tray, power button, reset button, microphone and headphone jack, firewire port, and 2 USB ports. At the front, there are 2 optical drives. The top one is a Light-On DVD-RW dual layer with LightScribe burner and a Light-On DVD ROM drive. They also include a 9-in-1 card reader with floppy drive and 2 120mm intake fans. The left side panel has a large window, lots of ventilation, and an optional 120mm fan can be installed for added cooling. At the back of the case in the I/O area is a number of motherboard connections, PS2 keyboard and mouse connections, firewire port, 2 USB 2 connections, an optical SPDIF audio connection, the standard onboard audio connections, 2 LAN ports, and 4 USB 2 ports. They include another 120mm fan, and this one exhausts warm air outside the case. Here's the fan speed control, which allows the front fans and rear fan to be adjusted. Note that the top 200mm fan has an independent low, medium, and high speed control. Here's the video card's DVI connections and a component out connection, as well as the sound card connections. At the bottom is the power supply. Also note that there are 2 thumb screws on each side panel for easy removal and installation. One of the first things you'll notice when you look inside this case is how neat and tidy it is. This is because they've organized the cables, tucking them out of the way. This not only looks amazing, but it increases airflow inside the case. At the bottom are 4 rubber feet. These soft rubber feet have excellent anti-vibration properties and won't scratch the surface. Finally, have a listen to this computer system, first at the low fan speed setting, medium, and high. Let's move on and have a closer look at the hardware. It's impossible to cover all the hardware in great detail in this video, but let me highlight the main computer components. The EVGA 122CK-NF68 motherboard is based on the NVIDIA Enforce 680i SLI chipset, which allows up to 2 SLI video cards, up to 8 gigabytes of 1200 MHz DDR2 memory, and it supports the Intel Core 2 Duo as well as the Quad Core CPUs. The BIOS on this motherboard has a lot of features, but the most interesting one is the advanced chipset, and this is where you can adjust the CPU multiplier, memory front side bus, memory timings, as well as adjusting voltages. Now, I would not recommend adjusting anything in here because they have tweaked all of this to work perfectly for the particular memory and CPU that's installed. The Intel Core 2 Quad Q6600 2.4 GHz CPU is overclocked to 3.2 GHz, and it comes with 4 megabytes of L2 cache. This is a fantastic processor for overclocking, and that's the reason why it was selected. The game Crisis is a prime example of the use of a quad-core CPU, and many other upcoming games will follow suit. The Tunic Tower 120 LFB cooler has many fins with 3 heat pipes and a smooth copper base that has great contact between it and the CPU. This cooler provides great heat dissipation, and with the proper case ventilation, it will keep almost any overclocked CPU within spec. The 4 gigabytes of Corsair DDR2-800 XMS2 memory is overclocked to 850 MHz using a timing of 4, 4, 4, and 12 at a voltage of 2.1. The Cooler Master Real Power Pro 850 watt power supply, which is certified for a second 8800 GTX video card, has plenty of leads, lots of amps on the rails, is very efficient, and really quiet. The Seagate ST3500630AS serial ATA hard drive has a 7,200 RPM rotation speed, 16 megabyte buffer, and an 8.5 millisecond average seek time. The EVGA 8800 GTX 768 megabyte video card is overclocked to 600 MHz core and 1.9 gigahertz memory. This video card has many impressive technologies, but the key technology is DirectX 10. It fully supports Microsoft DirectX 10 with full shader model 4 support, which results in unparalleled realism and special effects. Without a doubt, this is a hardcore product and is still one of the fastest video cards currently on the market. The latest line of sound cards from Creative is called X-Fi. The X-Fi Extreme Gamer offers crystal clear sound in games, music, and movies. This sound card has many technologies like EAX Advanced HD sound effects, CMSS 3D, which creates 9 virtual speakers over stereo headphones, X-Fi Crystallizer to hear crisp, sharp gunshots and deep booming explosions, and much more. It's an excellent choice for a gaming rig. The Light-On DVD RW 20x DVD Plus R dual layer burner will read and write just about any CD or DVD media. This burner has something that most others do not, and that's LightScribe direct disc labeling. This technology allows a no-hassle way to burn silkscreen quality labels on CDs and DVDs. They also include a Light-On DVD 16x ROM that will read any CD or DVD media. The 9-in-1 card reader floppy drive is a necessary component for any computer system. They also include a keyboard and mouse. The Logitech G11 keyboard has 18 programmable G keys, media keys, and is backlit. The Logitech G5 mouse has a 2000 DPI laser, adjustable weight cartridge, and adjustable sensitivity. This combination is a fantastic selection for a gaming rig. Finally, they include some essential pre-installed software. They include 2 64-bit operating systems, XP Professional and Vista Home Premium. The Windows Vista Home Premium operating system is installed since it's the latest operating system from Microsoft, and it supports DirectX 10. This will come in handy with the many DirectX games that's currently on the market. When you're putting down a lot of hard-earned money on a pre-built system, you really want to get what you're paying for. Now, you're always going to spend a little bit more when you buy these systems in comparison to building them yourself, but buying them takes a heck of a lot of headaches out of the equation. You don't have to worry about selecting the hardware or overclocking anything. Overclocking can take an enormous amount of time, and they have done all this for you. I've had a wonderful experience with Uberclok. I've had some issues with the BIOS. Fixed, no problem whatsoever. The tech guy replied almost immediately. This is good news. On the performance side of things, it did very well. Now remember, this is not a super high-end hardcore gaming rig. It doesn't have a multiple video card setup, nor does it have water cooling. But if you want that, you're going to have to pay a heck of a lot more than this particular system. And by the way, this system starts at around $2,600, and you can configure it, of course, the way you want to. Overall, this is a kick-ass product. Until next time, take care.